What you're about to see has been hidden for years, and it will change the way you see things forever.
Welcome to Eternal Moments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
In 1957, the curious International Posture Queen contest was held, where classical beauty wasn't the priority, but rather perfection in maintaining a straight back. These competitions, a cross between medical and aesthetic, sought to promote physical health as a symbol of elegance. They were part of an era fascinated with measuring and comparing everything. They seem strange today, but they reveal the ingenuity and eccentricity of those years. In 1964, the first version of the iconic Jack in the Box appeared, a fast food chain that sought to stand out with a distinct and modern concept. Its colorful and striking style broke with the traditional aesthetics of the time. More than just a restaurant, it was a visual experience designed to attract families and young people. This blend of innovation and marketing made it a pioneer of fast food culture in the United States. In the 1960s, Bell Labs presented its ambitious videophone prototype, a futuristic machine that promised to revolutionize communication. Although the idea seemed straight out of science fiction, the technology of the time was not yet ready for mass adoption. The project showed the obsession with a future where face-to-face communication over distance would be commonplace. Today, what then seemed an impossible dream is carried in our pockets on any smartphone. This 1875 photograph shows a Tagalog Chinese mestiza woman from the island of Luzon in the Philippines, captured with timeless elegance. Her bearing reflects the cultural mix that defined the archipelago under the colonial and commercial influence of the time. The portrait, preserved in the National Library of France, highlights the fashion and refinement of the 19th century. More than just a simple image, it is a window into the fusion of cultures and the living history of the Pacific. In 1909, photographer Prokudin Gorsky captured a group of peasant women in a village near Vologda in the heart of the Russian Empire. The young women, carrying baskets full of berries, reflect the simplicity and rhythm of rural life at that time. The image combines tradition and nature in a Russia that was still unaware of the impending upheavals. More than a costume-built portrait, it is a testament to a world that was about to disappear. In the early 1900s, photographer J.E. Williams captured what appears to be a school photograph in New Athens, Ohio. The children posed with serious expressions, reflecting the solemnity with which they faced the camera ritual at that time. Each face holds a story of rural and community life in the American Midwest. This image, rescued from a glass negative, is an intact fragment of the region's educational past. In 1913, the Franklin College basketball team posed proudly for the camera in an era when the sport was just taking its first steps. The game was slow, without dunks, without a three-point line, and with rules very different from those of today. The simple uniforms and the heavy ball spoke of a rough and pure basketball. This photo not only portrays a team, but also the pioneers of a sport that would soon become a global phenomenon. Between 1950 and 1960, Munich was beginning to rise from the post-war ruins, revealing a city rebuilding and bustling with life. This vintage glass slide captured streets, buildings, and the daily lives of its inhabitants, reflecting a Germany seeking rebirth. Every detail reveals the blend of Bavarian tradition with the first signs of modernity. More than just a photo, it is a visual testament to resilience and change. In the 1940s, Lysol was advertised as a feminine hygiene product, tapping into social anxieties about morality and marital fidelity. The ads reflected the pressure women felt to meet societal standards of cleanliness and virtue. The advertising used fear and domestic security to sell an everyday product. Today, these ads are powerful and reveal much about the gender roles of the time. In the early 1900s, photographer Joseph E. Williams captured what appears to be a school photograph in New Athens, Ohio. The children posed with serious expressions, reflecting the solemnity with which they faced the camera ritual at that time. Each face holds a story of rural and community life in the American Midwest. This image, rescued from a glass negative, is an intact fragment of the region's educational past. In 1934, Bonnie and Clyde posed for a camera in the final months of their infamous lives, whether or not they were aware of the fate that awaited them. The couple, a symbol of rebellion and crime during the Great Depression, captivated the press and the public with their audacity. Their looks and gestures reflect a mixture of youth, brazenness, and latent danger. This photo is a powerful testament to an era marked by the legend and myth of the American outlaw.
In the 1890s, Dresden, Germany shone as a cultural and architectural center of Europe, with its elegant palaces, bridges, and museums. The city displayed a balance between Baroque tradition and the first signs of industrial modernization. The captured streets and squares reflect the daily lives of its inhabitants during a period of prosperity and art. This image is a window into Dresden's urban splendor before the changes of the 20th century. In 1963, the sailors of the Italian training ship Amerigo Vespucci bid farewell to their loved ones in Egypt, captured in a moment charged with emotion and nostalgia. The photo reflects the intensity of human bonds in the face of adventure and maritime duty. Each embrace and glance conveys the mixture of pride, sadness, and hope that accompanied those departing. This image is an intimate testament to naval life and the sacrifices of youth on the high seas. In the 1980s, the Tokyo Stock Exchange showed a futuristic face with its computer-assisted trading room, a radical departure from traditional methods. Traders and screens coexisted in a space filled with numbers, charts, and constant nervousness. The image captures the beginning of the digital age in financial markets, where speed and technology were beginning to dominate. This vintage postcard is a testament to the birth of modern trading in Japan. In 1971, the first day of senior year in high school was much more than a return to school. It was a statement of style and personality. 1970s fashion, with bold prints, flared pants, and vibrant colors, dominated the hallways. This image captures the mix of excitement, nerves, and confidence of teenagers at the time. More than a school photo, it is a portrait of a generation and its unique spirit. In the late 1950s, New York Harbor was filled with American warships, symbols of military power during the Cold War. The image reflects the military presence as a constant reminder of vigilance and global strategy. The vessels, precisely aligned, convey discipline and strength. This moment captures both the technological grandeur and the tension of a world divided by international politics. In 1885, explorers deep in the jungles of Honduras discovered an ancient Mayan statue, a discovery that connected them to a forgotten civilization. The photo captures the emotion and wonder of ancient art hidden among the vegetation. Every detail of the sculpture reveals the sophistication and symbolism of the Mayans. This visual document is a testament to early archaeology and the mystery that still surrounds pre-Columbian cultures. At the end of the 19th century, this image captures an Onna Bugeisha, a samurai warrior belonging to the upper Bushi class of feudal Japan. These women, trained in martial arts, defended honor, family, and territory alongside their male counterparts. Their bearing and armor reflect discipline, courage, and a strict code of ethics. The photograph is a rare testament to the strength and role of women in the military in a traditionally male-dominated society. In September 1917, near Ypres, an Australian soldier proudly poses next to a captured German M16 flamethrower, a feared weapon in the trenches of World War I. The photo reflects the rawness and military ingenuity of the time, as well as the constant tension of the Western Front. His expression and posture convey both pride and the gravity of war. This image is a powerful testament to the risks and bravery of soldiers in one of the most devastating conflicts in history. In 1896, during the first modern Olympic Games in Athens, German court photographer Albert Meyer captured the Princeton University track and field team. The platinum-printed image reflects the elegance and solemnity of the era, with athletes combining discipline and university pride. Every face and posture conveys the excitement of participating in a historic event that revived the ancient Olympic spirit. This photograph is a visual testament to the birth of international competitive sport. In 1960, the streets of Amsterdam bustled with life. Trams crisscrossed the city, classic cars rumbled by, and vintage advertisements decorated every corner. The photo captures the blend of tradition and modernity that characterized the Dutch capital. Pedestrians, merchants, and vehicles coexist in an urban setting full of movement and color. This urban portrait is a journey back in time to Europeans' everyday life in the 1960s.
In 1962, a group of Japanese tourists strolled the streets of Paris, exploring the City of Light with wonder and curiosity. The photo captures the fascination with French architecture, fashion, and urban life of the time. Their gestures and postures reflect the excitement of discovering a world unlike their own. This image is a testament to the cultural exchange and expansion of international tourism in the 1960s. In 1970, the Lux brand launched an advertisement starring iconic Bengali actress Suchitra Sen, a symbol of glamour and elegance in Indian cinema. The advertisement highlighted feminine beauty and sophistication, associating the product with the cinematic allure of the era. Her image conveyed style, refinement, and aspiration for millions of women. This advertisement is a reflection of how cinema and advertising intertwined to define beauty ideals in the 1970s. In 1979, a construction worker takes a break on the streets of Midtown New York, surrounded by traffic and the city's classic storefronts. The image captures the energy and unstoppable pace of the metropolis, where everyday life blends with the urban bustle. Every detail reflects the coexistence of human endeavor and urban development. This photograph is an intimate moment amid the dynamism of the Big Apple. In the 1960s, air travel was an experience of luxury and technological fascination. This image shows a Sabena Convar CV-440 next to a Pan Am Douglas DC-6B perched on the runway, symbols of the golden age of commercial aviation. The planes represented modernity, prestige, and the beginning of accessible international travel. The photograph captures a moment when flying still retained an aura of adventure and elegance. In 1962, a man stood before society to protest dresses that did not cover the knees when seated, reflecting the strict rules of decorum of the time. His gesture conveys the tension between emerging fashion and traditional values. The image captures a moment of cultural and moral clash in the midst of a style revolution. More than a protest, it reflects the debate about freedom, image, and customs in the 1960s. In 1955, horse-drawn carriages patiently awaited their passengers on the streets of Vienna, combining tradition and tourism in the heart of the city. The scene reflects the elegance of historic transport in contrast to post-war modernization. Each carriage and horse tell stories of urban rituals and romantic journeys. This photograph is a testament to classical Vienna, where the ancient coexisted with contemporary life. In the 1960s, Holy Trinity Abbey Church in Adair, Ireland, stood majestically among quiet streets, while modern cars blended into the historic surroundings. The image captures the contrast between medieval architecture and contemporary everyday life. Every detail reflects the serenity of the Irish people alongside the enduring power of time. This photograph is a charming glimpse into the fusion of history and modernity in rural Ireland. In the 1970s, Tehran displayed a vibrant and modern face, with streets filled with traffic, shops, and architecture undergoing a dramatic urban transformation. The city reflected a balance between Persian tradition and the Western influences that defined the era. Every corner, building, and vehicle captures the dynamism of a growing metropolis. This photograph offers a window into the cosmopolitan spirit and daily life of Tehran before the changes of the late 1970s. In Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, in the early 1900s, this woman was captured in a photograph that, despite the damage to the negative, retains its charm. Her poise and expression reflect the simplicity and dignity of daily life at the time. Every detail, from her clothing to her posture, conveys an intimate glimpse into rural American society. This image is a small historical treasure within a collection of glass negatives. In 1933, Bebelplatz in Berlin was the scene of the infamous book burning, a symbol of the Nazi regime's ideological control. The photograph shows the contrast between the past and the present. Eastern and Western cars in 1990 in front of the Humboldt University Law School and its building known as Commode. The image reflects the square's intense history, from censorship to German reunification. Today, the site is a protected space where parking is strictly prohibited, recalling its historical legacy. This image traces the evolution of the Coca-Cola bottle from 1899 to 1986, showing how the design adapted to fashion, marketing, and industrial advancements. Each bottle reflects a different era, from the simplicity of the early packaging to the iconic contoured shape and mid-century modern styles.
In the 1920s, White Man Runs Him, a Crow explorer who served as a guide to George Armstrong Custer, was photographed in his traditional clothing. The Lumiere autochrome image highlights the colors and details of his attire, offering a vivid portrait of Native American culture. Every fold and embellishment reflects history, identity, and resilience in the face of the changes of its time. This photograph is a priceless testament to an indigenous heritage rarely captured with such visual fidelity. In October 1959, Betty Skelton, a pilot and test driver, posed at McDonnell Aircraft Corp in St. Louis, displaying her skill and determination in a male-dominated world. Bob Sandberg's photograph captures her charisma and professionalism in front of the machinery and test vehicles. Skelton represents the boldness and pioneering spirit of women in aviation and engineering. This image is a tribute to her legacy as an innovator and leader of her time. In 1978, the Pan Am building rose imposingly above the Manhattan skyline, a symbol of corporate power and the city's modernity. The photograph captures an era when skyscrapers defined the urban silhouette, and architecture was a reflection of ambition and progress. Every detail of the surroundings conveys the energy and bustle of 1970s New York. This image is a nostalgic glimpse into an urban world that, though vanished, lives on in the collective memory. In 1946, in Senzaki, Japan, a Japanese customs officer returned 1,000 of the 14,000 yen found on a Korean returnee, capturing a moment of the complex post-war period. The image reflects the difficult transition and economic challenges following World War II. Every gesture conveys both bureaucracy and humanity in times of reconstruction. This photograph is an intimate testament to the tensions and daily life in post-war Japan. In 1954, Indian actress Begum Para posed for a photograph that captured the elegance and glamour of the era's cinema. Her poise and expression convey confidence and sophistication, combining tradition with modernity in her style of dress. The image captures the spirit of the 1950s Indian film industry, where fashion and the personalities of the stars were paramount. It is a portrait that showcases the cultural influence and iconic appeal of the actresses of that time. In 1964, the Rathausplatz in Schwäbisch Hall, Germany, featured its historic town hall surrounded by vintage cars, capturing the harmony between traditional architecture and modern everyday life. The square reflects the charm of a German town, where the past coexists with the evolution of transportation and urban fashion. Every vehicle and architectural detail tells the story of a community in the midst of the post-war era. This photograph is a glimpse into the calm and picturesque rhythm of 1960s Germany. In 1979, the streets of New York City were a scene of contrast and tension, and the NYPD was a constant presence to maintain order. This rare amateur photograph captures officers patrolling the urban bustle, reflecting both the routine and intensity of city life. Every detail conveys the energy and challenges of the metropolis in the midst of a decade of crisis and transformation. The image is an authentic testament to 1970s New York amidst chaos, security, and everyday life. Around 1900, this little girl tends her sheep on the family farm, capturing a snapshot of rural life at the time. The cows in the front yard add an endearing touch to the everyday scene. The photograph, taken from a glass negative, reflects the deep connection between children and farm work. More than a portrait, it is a glimpse into the simple and charming rhythm of early 20th century farm life. In 1926, a Daimler Charabanc transports 21 passengers plus the driver through the Lierbach Valley in the Black Forest, Germany. These open-top buses were popular for excursions and day trips, offering travelers panoramic views of the landscape. The image reflects the spirit of adventure and leisure of the early 20th century, where exploration and enjoyment of nature went hand in hand. It is a nostalgic portrait of early tourism and historic transportation. At the beginning of the 20th century, Dom Luís Felipe, Prince Royal of Portugal, was nicknamed the King with the shortest reign in history, a mere 15 minutes. This colorized version of a vintage portrait shows him with regal bearing, capturing the solemnity of his status despite the brief and unusual circumstance. The image conveys both the monarchical tradition and the drama that sometimes accompanied royal families. It is a curious testament to political history and the irony of fate in European royalty.
In 1958, passengers wait at Hamburg Airport while the tail of a Lufthansa Lockheed L-1049G Super Constellation can be seen in the background. This sleek and advanced aircraft would later take part in secret missions during the Biafran War using false registrations. The photograph captures the routine of commercial travel in the 1950s, contrasting with the secret and heroic future that awaited the aircraft. It's a moment that unites everyday life and the unexpected history of aviation. In 1973, Rutger Hauer and Monique van de Ven were captured during the filming of Turkish Delight in Amsterdam, one of the most iconic films of Dutch cinema. The photo captures the actors' chemistry and artistic commitment as they brought to life an intense and controversial romance. Every gesture and look conveys the passion and realism that made the film a cultural touchstone. This behind-the-scenes moment offers a glimpse into the creative process of a European cinematic classic. In 1971, NASA documented its space activities with photographs that captured both the technology and human preparation behind the missions. This vintage image shows equipment, rockets, and astronauts immersed in space exploration, reflecting the ambition and precision of the space age. Every detail conveys the fascination with the unknown and the scientific advancement of the early 1970s. It's a glimpse of the effort and innovation that marked a decade of historic achievements in space exploration. In 1935, Loretta Young watched a scene from The Call of the Wild in the stunning setting of Mount Baker National Forest. The photograph captures not only her beauty, but also her concentration and elegance in front of the camera. Every gesture reflects the dedication of one of the greatest stars of classic Hollywood cinema. This portrait is a testament to the glamour and professionalism that defined actresses from the golden age of cinema. Set in late 19th century Maine,
This photograph captures an exquisite example of Victorian fashion, with details of dresses, lace, and accessories that defined the elegance of the era. Despite the wear on the negative, the image conveys the solemnity and refinement characteristic of the Victorian style. Every fold and embellishment reflects the dedication to the wardrobe and aesthetics of the society of the time. It is a valuable visual testament to life and fashion in 19th century rural America. In June 1963, Hugh Hefner proudly poses holding a copy of Playboy, a symbol of his cultural and business revolution. The colorized image highlights his signature style and the magazine's influence in the 1960s. Every detail reflects Hefner's boldness in challenging taboos and transforming perceptions of sexuality and entertainment. This portrait is a glimpse into the beginning of a media empire that would define an entire era. In 1944, in the midst of World War II, women worked at the Small Arms Ammunition Factory in Australia, checking cartridges with precision and concentration. The photograph reflects how women assumed essential industrial roles while men were on the front lines. Every gesture conveys discipline, responsibility, and a vital contribution to the war effort. This image is a testament to the courage and ability of working women at a critical moment in history. In 1895, a young Winston Churchill, barely 21 years old, posed as a bugler in the 4th Queen's Hussars, demonstrating the first steps of the man who would become a historic leader. The colorized version highlights the details of his uniform and the youthful look in his eyes. The image captures Churchill's military discipline and early ambition long before his worldwide fame. It is a portrait that connects the youth and origins of one of the most influential figures of the 20th century.